Well, thank you, Salma, for having me. Obviously, there was a kind of a serious deadlock in the implementation of the very shaky ceasefire agreement when Hamas issued a statement a couple of days ago stating that it would not be releasing three Israeli prisoners as agreed because of Israel's repeated violations of this ceasefire agreement on many aspects, but particularly when it comes to the entry of humanitarian aid and including tents and mobile homes, which was mentioned in the ceasefire agreement that they would start getting into the Gaza Strip 2 weeks after it goes into effect. So Hamas was clearly putting pressure on the Israeli side to respect this agreement. But of course, we've seen the very angry reactions coming from the U.S. President Donald Trump, as well as the Israeli government, threatening that they would immediately go back to war if those Israeli hostages, are not released on Saturday. There was a little bit of confusion about exactly how many people, how many Israelis will be released on Saturday. Mr. Trump said all of them have to be released. The Israelis probably being on the ground, they were more realistic, and they basically agreed to stick to the original agreement, which is that three Israeli prisoners will be released on Saturday, and at the same time, through the Egyptian and Qatari mediation, Israel also agreed to allow into Gaza more humanitarian aid, although it remains unclear whether the Israelis will allow mobile homes and tents that are very much needed in Gaza as demanded by Hamas. And allow me, Salma, to mention right now within the weird and very strange proposal made by Mr. Trump on the forced deportation on Palestinians in Gaza to nearby Arab countries, namely Jordan and Egypt, the entry of mobile homes and tents even becomes more important than any other time before, as a sign of complete rejection of this unrealistic American proposal that Egypt and Jordan and all Arab countries, as well as European nations, have rejected. But of course...
No, sir, sorry for cutting in, but I have to ask you about the upcoming Arab summit to be held in Cairo by the end of this month. What role will it play in addressing the situation in Gaza from your point of view?
Well, allow me to say that this summit is going to be extremely important in the framework, again, of the Trump proposal to deport the Palestinians in Gaza, because this Arab summit is supposed to send a united message rejecting this Trump proposal of forced displacement, demanding again sticking to the tenets of the Arab-Israeli peace process, which is that of a two-state solution and not the displacement of the Palestinians and liquidation of the entire Palestinian coast. So, I mean, lots of preparatory work is taking place by Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati. There might be some earlier Arab meetings on a smaller level, mainly like Egypt, Qatar, Jordan, United Arab Emirates, and Saudi Arabia, ahead of this Arab summit to finalize this Arab plan. But again, it's a very important summit, perhaps to approve the Egyptian plan, which stated that it's very possible to rebuild Gaza and to restore stability within 3 to 5 years without displacing any Palestinians. And that's the alternative which the Arab side is supposed to present to Mr. Trump's extremely unrealistic proposal.